I'm gonna go ahead and just do it like this, only because it is frustrating when you put in the effort and then your microphone doesn't want to record anything. Like I'm spending about almost $100 on a microphone for it to not record my voice, which is absolutely diabolical. But Chelsea pull out a a honestly, given how bad they've been, a fantastic result at Wembley. Now Leeds were poor. Leeds were horrible. They were wasteful. They weren't really able to get things going. They got desperate at the end, obviously, but they had opportunities in the game where you're looking at them. In the first couple minutes, the American Brandon Aronson, who I hope to see in the World Cup setup for the United States, has a wonderful opportunity to take an early lead against a Chelsea side that is low on confidence, just sacked their manager, and has an interim manager that doesn't even have a UEFA Pro license, not even a UEFA A license, right? Robert Sanchez waits for the shot instead of going down early, which a lot of goalkeepers do. Rob Green said in the British commentary that if you don't go down early, you give yourself a chance to save the the ball with your legs, and that's what Robert Sanchez did. Saved essentially the game in a sense because if Leeds score that chance, I don't think Chelsea score in that game whatsoever. I don't think they score. And we have a lot of players to talk about in this, right? Enzo Fernandez, again, man of the match, the match winner, the guy's jersey. I have about 3 or 4 Enzo Fernandez jerseys. Wearing his jersey right now proudly because he was a midfield general today. One of his better performances this season in a Chelsea shirt. A wonderful goal from across from Pedro Neto, and this is what happens when you decide to play the long ball instead of trying to play out of the back. Robert Sanchez gets the ball up the field, and Pascal Struijk, a guy that is a good center half, does have a mistake in him and is a bit reckless at times, but makes the mistake. João Pedro collects the ball, plays Pedro Neto out wide. Pedro Neto, a decent ball into the box, and all you really need to do is just make some sort of contact on that ball, and it's going in the back of the net. And the one thing that this player has done, Enzo Fernandez, is he has added the box crashing ability to his game, so much so that he has 23 goals and assists in 56 games this season, which is remarkable for a guy that has been called shit essentially since he's gotten into this squad. So, my question to the people watching is it time to pay Enzo Fernandez his contract? Maybe that's winning the FA Cup and getting into Europe that way. Maybe that's going to be the sign that he's going to get it. But after a performance like this, you need to give him that contract now. And people are still going to say, well, maybe we should just go sell him and try to reuse that money on other players. I think he proved today why he is important to this squad, for one. And two, when Chelsea play in a midfield three, they look so much better. There's balance, there's coverage in the center of the pitch, and generally when we've been conceding goals, what's been going on? We've been getting torn apart through the middle of the pitch because we're so high up and our midfielders are so high up on the pitch that the recovery runs they have to make are ridiculous. This is why Reece James had the hamstring pull. This is why you see players getting injured because they're having to make so many recovery runs back that you're going to get killed on the counter every time. Now, the mistakes that we made in this game cannot happen against Manchester City because Manchester City will put 5 or 6 past us if we make the same mistakes that we made. Leeds were wasteful. Calvert-Lewin had a chance in the second half where the ball is put into the box. And generally, when a ball is being crossed into the box, far post, the striker should generally be trying to go for that near post. Because if you try to go back far post, you're taking the sting off the ball, for one. And two, you're making it easier for Robert Sanchez to save that. Calvert-Lewin, if he puts... What's going on, Shaibu? Generally, a ball like that, you're putting near post, and if he puts that in the back of the net, it may have been a different outcome in this game. In my prediction, in my short, or in my stream a few days ago, I was saying that this game was going to go to penalties because we will find a way to concede late on for this to go in extra time, and it would be incredibly cagey in extra time because Leeds would try to play for penalties. We would try to go for the goal, right? But at the end of the day, Callum McFarland told these boys, just go out there and go put in a performance. And that's what happened. They put in a decent performance. The only player out there today that was absolutely dog shit, once again, is Alejandro Garnacho. And we need to talk about this, man. And I got myself a little pizza pocket here. I'm freaking starving. But again, what we have to talk about here is, how am I doing today? I hope you are fine. After Chelsea winning today, yeah, I'm feeling great. I mean, I've been feeling good, honestly, for the past 8-9 days now. You know, mentally I'm doing pretty good. My work life I'm doing good. Love life, I feel fine. I have a big announcement later on for my daughter that I can't wait to tell her about. But getting back to Garnacho, bro. What a shit show he is, bro. Like, what a shit show. For a guy to sit here to be brought in for 40 million and to put in performance after performance after performance where you can't even get by your fullback. And then we see a clip earlier in the week, bro, where he's not even able to get by the warm-up coaches. Like, bro, you make the best video. When I'm sad, I watch your videos. It makes me happy. I hope you're having a great day. I appreciate that comment. I mean, I try my best to make the best content I can, even though I'm still new to this YouTube scene, and I'm just trying to get a good following so people can understand my opinions on why I love this club so much and why I want this club to just be successful at the end of the day. So I appreciate the comments and all that, man. I really do. Like, smash the like button, sub if you haven't. I stream just about every single day. I upload shorts pretty frequently. I need to watch out how often I'm doing shorts, only because it does mess with the algorithm a little bit. So I need to watch how often I'm doing that. But Garnacho, bro, what an absolute embarrassment of a footballer he is. Pedro Neto had a decent game today, even though people will say he was a bit wasteful. I thought he had a decent game. Um, he does look better on that right hand side, but again, in my opinion, Cole Palmer or Estevao will generally be that right winger. And Pedro Neto, in my opinion, will be sold in the summer, regardless of what happens with this club in the next 5 games or so. Pedro Neto will be sold in the summer. Garnacho will be sold in the summer. Tosin will be sold in the summer. I mean, there's going to be players gone. Will Enzo Fernandez be that big money guy that goes? I think if they win the FA Cup and they get Europa League, I think he's going to end up staying. Only because at least you have some type of European football to work with. And the wages in the Europa League aren't the same as the Champions League, but if they get the right manager and they go on and they try to win that competition next season, if they get in, I think there's a real possibility that this team could be on the up and up. But again, it's still blue co out. They need to sell up. We can't allow this win to mask what's really going on at the club right now, because we still have the van going towards Wembley saying blue co out. You still heard the fans there chanting for Roman Abramovich, saying fuck off Ighali. All this stuff. Why? Because the fans have had enough of it. And you hear fans leaving Wembley today, you know, like they don't care about us. All we care about is Chelsea FC, and that's all we do care about at the end of the day. We don't care about what your private equity firms or business deals are like. We don't care about that. Keep that shit away from this football club because it doesn't need it. You said I love you, but that's never give up. I really like you and just never give up. I mean, I'm never gonna give up on doing this because it's a, I've growing up, I've always had an opinion on sports, and I feel like my opinions, generally are on the right side majority of the time. But I mean, everyone's wrong in some aspects. But I appreciate your support. I really do. But going into this game against Man City, May 16th, you got to play better than what we played today because Man City have a chance to win the treble. And like honestly, if I would rather Man City win the Premier League than win the FA Cup because we're in the final, but we're not going to be favorites. It's going to probably be at least a 2-goal favorite for Man City. I'm seeing a lot of people already say 3-1 Man City, 4-0 Man City. I mean, you never really know. I mean, they were down to Southampton yesterday 1-0 and they scored 2 goals in 5 minutes to completely turn that game around. So, are we better than Southampton? Yes, but Man City just recently beat us 3-0 at the Bridge. So, you have to go into this game with low expectations that we're not favorites and that all the pressure is really on Man City to get the job done. And will Pep Guardiola be overthinking shit? I don't know. You know, he's overthought finals in the past. 2021 Champions League final. He overthought that. Didn't play Rodri, and that was the ultimate decider in that game. It really was. I'm sad right now. That's why I'm lost in your life, and you make me happy. Like I said, never give up. I appreciate that. I really do. But going up against Man City in this final, man. I mean, is there a possibility that Reece James could come back into the squad at that point? It's a possibility. I mean, he got injured in what, March? It'd be 2 months. Do you rush him back for that FA Cup final? We'll see what happens. I mean, our next game officially is against Forest next Monday at the Bridge, and Forest just shredded Sunderland 5-0. So it's a game that I have some type of hesitancy with, but if we put in half of the performance we put in today, I think we can get the job done against Forest. The game against Liverpool, on the other hand, at Anfield, we gotta be better, right? We gotta be better. And the ultimate game that I'm looking at, it's not even like the FA Cup. It's going to be Spurs at home. Now that game will be moved because we're in the FA Cup final. But if that game's midweek and Spurs are basically on the brink of relegation, which they are, it'll be really interesting to see what happens if we don't win the FA Cup. Do we take that game seriously or do we allow Spurs to get 3 points? I don't want Spurs to get 3 points. I said last week or earlier in the week that with the way that we're playing, we may gift wrap Spurs 3 points. But, you know, we will see what happens, honestly. I mean, there's still a lot of animosity towards the board. There's still a lot of animosity about how the performances have been. But at the end of the day, at this point in the season, it's just getting the result. If this was earlier in the season, we can critique about how teams played, but I felt like this team played very well today. They had moments where they were a bit shaky, but Leeds were wasteful. Leeds didn't really threaten as much as they should have. And when you have chances that Brandon Aronson had, when you had chances like Dominic Calvert-Lewin had, right? You should be putting those in the back of the net. Like you really should. And like this is why they're 15th in the Premier League. Sometimes they put balls in the back of the net. Sometimes they're just absolutely wasteful. They made a formation change in the second half to bring more intensity in that midfield because Leeds were getting ran all over in the first half. They were getting absolutely ran over. Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, and Lavia were running that midfield. And this is why I said when we play in the midfield three, we're just a better team, right? I understand you want to play with that attacking 10 or like that midfielder in there, but in certain games, you're going to have to change up the formation. And I feel like this team needs to have about 2 or 3 different formations to run against different teams. That's just me. But in the comments, guys, how are you guys feeling about this win? Like out here on the West Coast. Oh, shit. That was nasty. Out here on the West Coast, it's raining right now. I was going to do a short outside, but it started pouring like crazy. Never give up. I appreciate it, man. I really do. If you haven't subbed or liked, just drop that like, man. I stream and do all this every single day. I'm treating this almost like my second job right now. The goal at some point is to get monetized, obviously, right? But it's also just creating an impact in this fan base that I feel like is missing. Like, we have a lot of popular Chelsea heads out there, Chelsea personalities out there that have the platform to really express what's really going on. I subscribed and liked just now. I appreciate it. Thank you. You know, there's a lot of personalities out there that I really would like to collaborate with and really talk to about just from this side of the pond, what I'm seeing and why the preconceived notion that Americans don't know what they're talking about when it comes to soccer is nuts, I think. But in my opinion, with the way that it's going and the new manager that can possibly come in the summertime, I mean, who do you guys want to see as the manager of the next club? Like, I keep saying I want to see Cesc Fabregas because if we get into the Europa League at a minimum, I think he would make the switch. Do I believe in God? Yeah, but I'm not necessarily like the most religious person. My dad was baptized and he got baptized, I believe, into a Christian or Catholic. I don't remember, but it was like 5 or 6 years, or it was like 6, 7 years ago before he passed away. But yeah, I do believe in God. I mean, I do believe like there's a higher power out there, for sure. But this isn't like a religion channel. But I do appreciate that question. But who do you guys want to see as the next Chelsea manager? I mean, the names being thrown out there: Iraola, Cesc Fabregas, Frank Lampard, Xabi Alonso, which would be a very interesting idea if we really went after him. You know, man. I mean, going into this game today, it was like I didn't have the most confidence in the world, but you know, I love these. I do like a lot of the players on this team. Like I really do love because like I can see they want to play for the fans and the badge. Oh, but I'm a believer. I just wanted to know, but I do not mean I'm going to unsubscribe or unlike. But that's just. I mean, I appreciate it. I really do. I mean, I appreciate like the question too. I'm just like talking about religion and all that stuff is very very dicey. So that's why I try to steer away from like talking about those things because it's not a comfortable conversation for a lot of people. And if I was gonna do a channel like that, I need to make sure I have my research done and like to make sure that I'm actually on the religious angle of things, right? But I do appreciate like the engagement. It means a lot. Do you watch any sports or anything like that? But again, like for the manager perspective, I do want to see how serious they're taking this managerial search because like the next managerial appointment has to be right, and it doesn't mean that Blue Coat stays because investors are having cold feet right now with how the club is being ran. They're being hesitant about, well, like, where's all this money going if we're putting all of this money in? Feliciano and his wife just, I believe they just completed the purchase for $3.9 billion of the San Diego Padres. And they have 30 billion in assets. So you're basically buying a baseball club that has done absolutely nothing in their history. Absolutely nothing in their history. It may work out in the States because with investments like that, baseball's completely different than soccer or football, whatever you want to call it. It's completely different. The payroll's different, the infrastructure's different, and in my opinion, the passion within the fan bases are completely different. Like one of the most disgraceful franchises in baseball, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the owner has publicly come out and said multiple times that they don't care if they're mediocre, right? Like they don't care if they're mediocre. They just want to be able to put butts in the seats. But when your team is continuously only winning like 70 to 75 games a season and you make the playoffs like every once in a while, fans stop believing and caring. And like the way that Chelsea is going right now, even though they won today, it's like it doesn't paper over the cracks on what's going on. It really doesn't. You play American football or world football? Remember to stay hydrated, guys, for real. It's gonna get hot. It's gonna get real hot. With the World Cup being out here too in the United States and Mexico and Canada, I mean, the heat wave is gonna be insane out here, bro. Do I play Fortnite? I actually don't play Fortnite, but my brother does. Like my younger brother does. Never really been into playing. I mean, I have played it, but it's just not my kind of game. I really haven't been into like the battle royale style games in a very long time. Warm greetings from Monterrey, Mexico. What's going on, bro? I can speak Spanish, but I don't want to be like rude about speaking it. Like, you know what I mean? Homo estás, bro. So, the dude from Monterrey, who's your favorite team, bro? You know, I'm really excited for this World Cup, man. I mean, I don't have too many high expectations for the United States, honestly, but it should be a very interesting tournament, especially with 48 teams being in it this time around. Like, in my opinion, I appreciate it, man. I really do. I'm not messing with you. I really love you, and I am still watching your videos. I appreciate it. I really, really do. I got support from my family, my girlfriend, my daughter, all that stuff, bro, because they really want me to take advantage of like the way that I'm able to talk about things on camera and just the way that I can articulate like my words and stuff like that. But I do appreciate all like the love and support. I really do, because it gives me more confidence to keep doing this and keep on getting my opinion out there. But to get back to the World Cup, I mean, I was talking to a few of my coworkers yesterday, and I was telling them it's like I just feel like a lot of the big teams in the between the round of 32 and the round of 16, I think a lot of the big teams are gonna go out. Oh, because guess what level you are in Fortnite? If I had to guess the level, I mean, I don't know how far like the system goes up for that. Maybe like 400. I don't know. Like the last battle royale game I played was, what was it? Warzone. But even then, like, Call of Duty's in the mud, bro. Last time I played Call of Duty was Black Ops 6, but that was over a year ago. Like, I have not really been into playing that because the state of Call of Duty is really bad, man. Like, really, 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 really bad. Like, I guess, like, if I can go into the kind of games I play. Guessing you're from Trinidad and Tobago, right? I'm pretty good with flags, I think. I'm pretty good with nationalities. That's the beauty of like watching this sport, is like you're able to interact with people all over the world. Why? Because it's the world game. It's the best sport in the world to watch, and you connect with people all over the world to talk about the stuff that you love. So greetings, man. I'm glad you chimed in. Yeah, yeah, there it is, bro. I'm glad you chimed in. I got the country right. I wasn't disrespectful with it. I always have to think about which flag is that, man. But yeah, I mean, Trinidad and Tobago, bro. What's the weather like there right now? Cause it's raining out here on the West Coast. It's pretty ugly right now. Are you a Chelsea fan, bro? If you are, what are you? Yes, I am. Sunny weather. What you think of the game today? Who was your man of the match? I mean, mine was Enzo because I felt like he played an exceptional game today. Keep the blue flag flying high. Absolutely, bro. Always. I don't. It doesn't matter how down in the dumps this team is. I'm still going to. I'm still gonna support it, no matter what. It goes on forever. Fortnite makes it where you can go forever. So if it goes forever and you probably play it for a while, you're probably what, like level like 5,000? I don't know. Good win. Enzo was the man of the match today. Solid performance. Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of people want to criticize the guy because, he's not physical enough in the midfield. If you pay attention to how he plays, he doesn't need to be the physical midfielder in that team. He needs to be the creative genius, and he needs to be the guy that honestly kickstarts attacks. And he has the ability now to crash into the box, and this is why you're seeing him get double-digit goals. And now you're going to probably see him get double-digit assists. And that's generally a very good season for a midfielder. A very good season. So I do think that if this team plays in a midfield three continuously, they're going to win a lot of games. A lot of games. And you never know what winning a lot of those games will do to your mental. And you don't know if you're going to sit there and actually get silverware out of it, right? Romeo Lavia playing today was sensational. I mean, he wasn't sensational, but he was good enough in that midfield to where he had the protection of Caicedo, right? And Caicedo looked like he was getting back to his best today. There was a few moments in the first few minutes of the game he made that mistake, sure, but his mental is I can immediately turn back on into who I was in the beginning of the season, and Liam Rosenior dragged that man down. I said since the Arsenal game that he got sent off, we haven't seen him since. And that's true, but at the same time, Caicedo today showed us why he's the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League. We can talk about Rodri, and he's still there. But in terms of what Caicedo does, he's the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League. He is. I don't want to hear Declan Rice or anything like that. I really, really don't. Because to me, Declan Rice isn't a defensive midfielder. He's a number 8. He's a box-to-box midfielder like Enzo Fernandez. If we're going to compare players, you compare Enzo and Declan Rice. You don't compare Declan Rice and Moises Caicedo. That just tells me you don't pay attention to how either of those two play. You take Declan Rice out of that Arsenal squad, Arsenal are not the same team. You take Moises Caicedo out of this squad, defensively, Chelsea are in the mud. In the mud, bro. So, that's just how I see it, man. I like that emoji that just popped out. Baby alive, about to be done. No, I'll probably be on here for another like 20 minutes or so. But I'm kind of curious who sent that like emoji face with the white eyes. Like, what the fuck is this? Honestly. Is it because I'm eating? I mean, I'm freaking starving, bro. I haven't really ate all day today. Sorry, I'm lost in your life on my tablet, so I don't know how to spell, so I use like the voice recorder, and that's why I keep saying weird stuff. I mean, I'm okay with the comments that you're sending, but I'm just trying to figure out like what you mean by love me. Tottenham to get relegated. I think West Ham did I mean, Tottenham score, and not even 3 minutes later, West Ham score against Everton, bro. And it's like, this is what I'm saying. This is the season that they go down. And for Spurs specifically, I've been on record saying this. They're not coming back up right away. They're not. I think if Spurs go down, even if De Zerbi is still the manager, I don't think they come back up. Like, I really, really don't. I think they're going to struggle in the championship. And we just saw Leicester City, a team that won the Premier League 10 years ago, is now in League One. I appreciate it. I got like 80 different hats. Right now, I'm wearing the Chicago Cubs London Series 2023 hat to match my Chelsea jerseys I have. But Leicester City, a team that won the Premier League 10 years ago, now finds itself in League One. I watched the highlights of the game. I think they played, I forgot who they played. It was Hull City at the King Power. And like they're having issues with their own ownership right now, right? They're about 200 million in debt. And now they're going to League One. A lot of these players are, a lot of the staff and the players aren't going to be there. And Leicester City is not a League One side. You look at that squad and you look at the players they have there. This team is not a League One side. A lot of people were tipping them to come right back up. Now they got to basically climb through League One and the Championship to even sniff the Premier League again. I think it's going to be a long time before we see Leicester City in the Premier League. And like this is how I feel about Spurs, bro. This is how I feel about Tottenham, honestly. Look at that, bro. The emojis are hilarious, man. I never really noticed that till now. I appreciate the interactions though. It helps my channel. But I am on the road to about 2,000 subs, honestly. I'm close to 1,050, I believe. You know, I started this channel like I love your videos. I do a lot of shorts, if anything, but I need to do more long form videos. Honestly, cuz I feel like that'll really help my channel grow too. I do like live streaming because I do like the live interactions. Yeah. Like I need to do more long form videos. Yeah. I'm actually like well aware of that. And like I've been watching like a lot of YouTube videos about, you know, the benefits of long form videos, and it really does help, but it's just a matter of keeping the viewer engaged while I'm doing those videos, right? Because I have to think of I have to think of the ways to keep them engaged. But the way that I talk about the sport, I feel like I do have the engagement. It's just about how I sound, right? At the end of the day, I think my tone is what I really need to work on in terms of my videos. But the ideas I have and like what I talk about, I feel like I'm spot on like most of the time. Like I had a video, I think it was uploaded like what last month or something like that, where I predicted João Pedro's hat trick against Aston Villa. And if you don't believe that, go check out the video. I'll have it linked in the comments at the end of the stream where I predict his hat trick. Where I said I feel like he's gonna do something special against Aston Villa. I think he'll score a hat trick, and then he does it the following day. I even had a chance to speak to Eunice Talks Football for about a few days, right? And he was even shocked. He checked out the video and he was even shocked that I predicted that, which is absolutely insane that I was able to get him to see my video. So he's aware that I'm out there, right? Hi, Chelsea should appoint Luis Felipe Luis. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Honestly, he's played for the club. You know, he's won stuff with the club. You know, I think he was the only guy to beat Chelsea in the Club World Cup. So yeah, I mean, he wouldn't be a bad appointment, but for me, it's just I want to see somebody that's like proven come here because I feel like this team needs guidance, right? I feel like this team needs like an actual man at the top of the tree in terms of the management structure at the club. Then you get the coaching staff in order and you bring in the legends like John Terry, bring him on the coaching staff, right? They need to bring the players back into the club, bro. Like the legends back into the club to actually bring the DNA back. And that's what's missing from Chelsea right now is just the DNA. But that wouldn't be a bad appointment. I would be on board with that. I won't even hold you, bro. I think that would be a really good appointment for this team. But for me, who I want to see as manager, it's between Cesc Fabregas and honestly, the dream, even though he won't do it, is Nagelsmann. But he's already said like this project is not for football, so there's no shot. Xabi Alonso is another idea, but I think he's waiting for the Anfield job, in my opinion. It depends if Arne Slot is there next season. There's other names out there. There's Marco Silva, Iraola, but like, do you see the levels that we're being linked with? No elite manager is going to want to work under this ownership, which is why this ownership has to sell in order to get an elite manager. Enzo Maresca is not coming back, and I've been one of the biggest Enzo Maresca defenders on this platform because I feel like this team had the identity when he was there because they were building it and the players believed in him. And they, even though the football wasn't the greatest to watch at times, they had a certain way of playing and they believed in it. And that's what's most important. If the players are on side with what the manager is asking for, then you're going to generally see a team play well week in, week out. His worst loss was 3-0 to Brighton. Liam Rosenior managed to have 5 3-goal losses in the space of a month. That's inexcusable. That's inexcusable. Right? I could have rocked up with 10 of my friends and beat this Chelsea team. That's how bad they've been, right? And then you start seeing how Liam Rosenior after the Brighton game was acting. Why? Because he knew it was over for him. He seemed so upset with how the players played because the players didn't believe anything that you were saying. You look like a PE teacher that got lucky with this job. And to be honest with you, I don't have anything against Liam Rosenior. I feel like this job was just too big for him. It's the same thing with Graham Potter, right? I didn't have anything against Graham Potter personally, but the job was too big for him. And you're paying him $12 million a year. You sack him. Oh, cool, bro. I'm getting $12 million. I don't care. Liam Rosenior walked out of there with $24 million. Enzo Maresca didn't even want the money because at the end of the day, he wanted to stay, but they didn't give him the contract he was looking for one, and two, he just wanted he wanted certain players at the club to help improve this team. You win silverware, you're going to get more money. Right? You go deep in the Champions League, you're going to get more money. Like, this is what we're saying. Winning silverware is important. Getting results is important. The money making comes afterwards. Never give up and don't let anybody shut down your dreams. I've never let anybody tell me anything like that. Trust me. Anything I see, I go all the way for it, bro. I go straight for it. No matter what. Because I believe in myself and I have the confidence. Now, I do have a stutter. I do have a speech impediment. And when I was younger, I let that get the best of me so many times. But as I've gotten older and as I've gotten to know more people and I've grown to accept myself for who I am, yeah, like I've sat here and really improved my self-confidence in myself to not give a fuck what people think about if I stutter or not, bro. It doesn't really matter to me. If you're making fun of people that actually do that shit, it's crazy, bro. Because then again, all you guys would really do, or all that would really happen, it would just prove my point that everyone out here is just keyboard warriors, and they would never say this shit to your face. Like, I had a dude in my stream, I think it was like a few days ago, talking shit about soccer or whatever, saying that hockey's all this and that, and then he wants to start saying some racial stuff and then start saying some other stuff, and it's like, you can't come into my stream and do that. One, why? Because I don't condone racism and I don't condone ignorance. And two, this is predominantly a soccer and football channel, bro. / football channel. I'm not here to talk about politics. I'm not here to talk about ice. I'm not here to talk about any of that crap, bro. I'm here to talk about what I love, right? And to be honest with you, if we're going to go into that for 1 second, I don't love the country that I live in because the United States of America is an absolute circus, and it is an absolute embarrassment of a country. Like, it really, really is. But to get back into The soccer aspect, the football aspect. I know people from all over the world don't like when Americans say soccer. I say football, but there's the NFL out here, and Americans like, it's not football, it's soccer. It's like, man, like, knock it off. Like, you guys be throwing the ball. The only time you kick it is for punts, extra points, and field goals, bro, and the kickoffs. You're throwing the ball majority of the time. You just are. And like, I'm a 49ers fan, bro. Like, I watch the NFL. I love football. I love the NFL. But it's my it's probably like my fifth or sixth favorite sport. Like, honestly. Which one are you more of a fan of? Like the NFL? Or are you more a fan of like world football? And it's like, if there's anybody out there that like watches like Eunice, that watches Nini, that watches what's his name? Matisse and all of them, just shoot in their comments that like there's an American fan out here that would really like to collaborate with you guys, and just like, I want to pick your guys' brain in terms of, you know, what you're seeing, and you guys can pick my brain from the American point of view on why it's a disgrace that a lot of American fans do wake up insanely early for these games to just see shit performances. The NFL, who's your team? That'll probably give me a pretty good idea of like where you're from, to be honest with you. Yeah, bro, what's got my fruit roll up right here too, bro. This might fuck around and turn into a freaking eating channel, bro. Freaking starving. Also, I do want to say this. I was speaking on my like mental health and all that. So I will say this. For like 14 years, I was a very heavy marijuana smoker, and I'm now on my ninth day of not smoking weed. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it feels really, really good. Um, I know weed isn't like the worst thing in the world, but with how, often I was doing it, it was starting to become a real crutch in my life, and it was severing relationships. So I needed to put it to a halt at some point. So I'm really glad that I'm able to stop doing it now and just focus on what's more important. I got a big thing coming at the end of the year, and I'm really excited for it. That's crazy. Dude, I haven't had one of these in forever. I appreciate it, man. You know, it's been tough. I've had days where, you know, I haven't really been like myself, but as it's going more and more and more and more and more, you know, I've enjoyed it. How far will the USA go in the World Cup? I think they lose in the round of 16. I think they win their group, and then I think they win their round of 32 match, but I think they lose in the round of 16 like they did in the last World Cup. Because I think in their group they have Turkey, Paraguay, and Australia. And you would favor the United States in that group, but if they're out here losing to the Belgium B team 5-0, bro, and they're losing to the subs of Portugal, it doesn't give me too much confidence. But again, the US, if stuff falls in favor, you never really know. But I think the round of 16 is where they exit. Show life been hard for me. What do you mean by that? Are you talking about the sober life? Yeah, I mean, I won't lie. It's been very, very hard. But when you have a great woman next to you, and she's able to bring you to baseline and calm you down and like just talk to you, that she'll always be there to support you no matter how hard it gets, then that's something that you can always get behind. And like my daughter is also there too, just being there for me through like all the tough times. And I can't wait to tell her later what's going on. That's why that shit tasted weird, because the freaking film was still on it. But yeah, I think the United States go to the round of 16 and then they lose. My last four actually in the World Cup, I have Brazil, England, Senegal, which is a crazy pick actually. And I told my coworker, I said Portugal, but after thinking about it, I think Argentina will get there. Because my Mimi used to call me a ladybug, and she passed away. I'm sorry for your loss. I know it's not easy. Like, I lost my dad in 2020, and like to this day, I'm still feeling like the effects of it, man. Like, it still hurts, right? But at the end of the day, life goes on, and loved ones that passed away are gonna generally want you to continue their life as if they were there still. Bro, this fruit roll up. Okay, there it is. This fruit roll up was giving me an issue, bro. Yeah, my daughter also loves like those kind of insects, ladybugs and all that. Yeah. Yeah, I think the United States gets to the round of 16. Who they face, I don't know. If it's a favorable matchup in the round of 16, you never really know. Oh, because she passed away and she used to call me Ladybug because her favorite animal was a ladybug. Yeah, I like that. Should Mourinho learn to Chelsea next season? Not with these owners. Like Jose Mourinho would absolutely rip into Eghbali, bro, and Feliciano, and the sporting directors. The only way Jose Mourinho comes back is if the owners sell. That's the only way. And these players would immediately respect Jose Mourinho. Why? He's the greatest ever manager. He has respect from generally every single player. That's just how I see it. And he's a no nonsense manager. Yes, is he an attack minded manager? No, but defensively, structurally, yeah, we would be keeping clean sheets like no other because he can play that anti football tactics if he really wanted to. And he's the guy that the fans would absolutely get behind. Absolutely get behind him because he knows how to rally up a fan base probably better than any manager in history. Arsenal fans probably won't want to see him at Chelsea. Liverpool fans probably don't want that. You get Jose Mourinho with these players, let me tell you something. You're going to start seeing more grit out of these players. You're going to start seeing more of a want to play for the badge. Not saying they don't now, but this team has been so bad, you can make the case that they just didn't care. But after a result like today, and you see the emotion after the game of what it means to get to another cup final, then Chelsea need to go get it done. They've gone to countless cup finals over the past few years, and they've lost. So this group of players has already tasted what it's like to win silverware. If they find a way to beat Man City next weekend, do you know what kind of confidence that would do for them as a team? Now, it's still not going to paper over the cracks of Blue Co out. That'll never change. These owners need to sell up. My theory and my prediction that I've been having now for the better part of a couple months is the pressure is going to get too much. Investors are going to back out, and they're going to have no choice but to sell. They're going to have no choice. There's interesting stuff being posted up online from Bobby Fairview and just from Bloomberg, right, about the state of the finances at the club right now and why investors are having cold feet. If you haven't checked that out, I'm going to recommend you go watch Eunice Talks Chelsea's video on that, because he breaks it, he goes over it, but it's been broken down in such a way that you're going to get the information that you need, right? Check out his video, drop a like on his channel too, because he does a sensational job essentially being the face of Chelsea YouTube, in my opinion. Yes, there's Nini, there's there's Son of Chelsea, there's all these cats, right? But when it comes to just getting down to like the nitty gritty, how do you donate money? I'm gonna be honest, like I'm not that kind of person to ask for that kind of stuff. I just want to do it like organically, but I do appreciate. I mean, if I'm being real, if you're serious about that, like I can talk about that later, but I'm not that kind of person to be asking for stuff like that. I want to gain that organically. I want to be able to get to that point organically, but if that's something that people are looking to do, then in my next streams and stuff, I'll have something up where you can donate and stuff like that, but we'll see what happens. You know, I want to do this organically in the right way because it'll feel so much better. But if people are willing to do that, you know, I appreciate all that love and support, because it really does mean that people enjoy watching me just talk and ramble on about whatever, bro. Like, I want to be able to talk about other stuff on this channel, but because my channel is specifically soccer and football related, you know, I can talk about gaming, you know, I can talk about wrestling, right? I can talk about the NBA. How do you, I mean, you asked me that, but I mean, I'm going to say it again. I'd rather do it organically, but I can probably on the side. I mean, what I can do is add you as a moderator, because you're actually very supportive of this channel, and I can appreciate that. So I got you down as a moderator. In terms of the donations and stuff, we can probably talk about that on the side. What is that? It means you're a moderator. It means that you're able to, if people come into this chat and they're disrespectful, you can time them out. When people show support and people show love like this, I want to show some appreciation back and let people, because once my channel does start to get bigger, it's going to be hard to really track everything. So I need people in here that can actually monitor what's going on in the chat, because it would have been great to have had a moderator a few days ago with this one dude coming in here being incredibly ignorant, incredibly racist for no reason. But in terms of like donations and stuff, I'll probably have something up for that on my next stream if people are serious about doing that. But it's like I said, I'm not looking to get money from people off of this right now. I'm just looking to just get my opinion out here. I will probably donate. I mean, you're really adamant on that, aren't you? I'll if you're being serious about that, then on the side, we can talk about that. I do have Cash App and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, I'll put that on my next stream. I'll have stuff up there for that. But right now, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow. So if you're available tomorrow and this is something that you want to do, people say I'm ugly, so sometimes I don't think I'm ugly. I mean, let's not. I mean, self-beauty is the most important thing, and self-confidence is the most important thing. If people are telling you that, then they must feel bad about themselves. That's how I look at it, right? There's nobody who's ugly out there, right? Everyone is beautiful in their own way. It's the personality that really makes the person at the end of the day, right? Like, like I have a beautiful girlfriend, a beautiful daughter, right? And it's like their personalities are the bonus, right? It's the bonus, and at the end of the day, your personality is what's going to make you either ugly or beautiful. Like me, I can say like I'm handsome or whatever, right? But I also know I have a good soul and that my personality is really good and I'm not evil to anybody, right? There's beautiful women out there, handsome men out there, whatever, but they can be absolute dicks or absolute bitches for no reason other than they're just bitter. Have the self-confidence in yourself, right? Just have that and you'll be just fine. Don't listen to what other people say. I teach this to my daughter all the time. You're a beautiful young lady. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you're not something. You know who you are. And I just want to let you know, don't let anybody set you down. Keep your chasing your dreams. I feel like if I continue doing this and I continue at the pace I'm going and the kind of traffic that's pulling in and out, then yeah, I feel like I will blow up on this platform. Because I already have the attention of a couple big YouTube heads in the Chelsea space already. They're aware that my channel's out there, and they're aware that I have insane potential in what I'm doing here, right? So, but I mean, if people are really looking to do like the donations and stuff, then yeah, like I said, in my next stream, I'll have a QR code up for all that, and any support helps, right? Any support helps. I want to make sure this channel is going in the right direction, and I just want to build a good following of people as well to really build a community in this channel to where we can actually go collaborate with other YouTubers that talk in this space, right? Like that's my goal here. It's not necessarily about making money. It's just about collaborating with people that I know love Chelsea Football Club. That's my main goal, right? And I want to be able to support my beautiful family, my beautiful woman, and my beautiful daughter. That's what I want to do. That's all I really care about. And if this helps in that aspect and I'm able to really get my voice out there even more, then hey, I mean, I know that they will be there to support me every step of the way because that's all they've done is show me support and show me love. And my girl specifically has given me so much confidence in myself that I can essentially do anything. Can you donate for free, and when you donate it, like, can you just keep donating? You like it, don't go to your bank account. It's not money from the bank. Donations in what way? Like likes or like I don't. I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that. But I want to know from people watching, like, do you guys prefer me to do lives from my phone, or do you guys prefer when I'm actually in the setup in my room and I have the microphone? If you donate, will the money that you donate, the amount, take it away from you? No. Or, I mean, I'm assuming your money is coming from your bank account, right? Like, isn't that where your money is? But again, it's like, let's not try to go there now. I've said already that my next stream I'll have a QR code up for that, and if it's something that you guys want to do, it's there. If it's not, I'm not going to be bothered over it because I want to do this or organically. But there, if there's a want for me to continue doing this and all that streaming, long form video, shorts, then I'm going to continue doing it because I want to push out content for anyone out there. Plus, it's like I've also asked too, like I am a gamer. No, it wouldn't. I don't think it will. because it would be going into wherever I have it at, and like I don't owe anything, so no. But I've also brought up the fact that I kind of want to get like, I am a gamer and I do want to upload some gaming stuff too, but at the same time it's like I don't know if that's going to mess up my algorithm in a way. But when I do streams and stuff, there's been times where I've been tempted to turn on my PS5 and like stream from that and also stream my face at the same time. Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about if you do or don't. I just want people to enjoy the content that I push out. And if you feel like you want to do that, that's your choice. And that's what, you feel like you want to do. I'm not going to tell people what to do with their money, how to spend their money, or anything like that. But do you guys prefer me to do lives on my phone, or should I just do it more with the actual setup in, in my room? Because I do have some friends too that I've like talked to about like, just jumping on here with me and just talking about like the sport. Like I got friends who are Arsenal fans, friends who are Liverpool fans. My brother-in-law is a Manchester United fan, so my dad too, when he was alive, was a Manchester United fan too. How do you create a YouTube account like what you can film videos of yourself and it will go on YouTube? So I'm on Restream, which allows me to broadcast to right now up to 5 different channels. Right now I have Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube that I stream on, and I'm gonna soon expand it to Instagram Live and Facebook Live at some point. But I need to probably make separate pages for that because I don't want people on my personal page or anything like that. But I'll probably make a separate Facebook and Instagram page to go live on that as well. I know TikTok is also a very good one that that I've been told I should do, but I just don't like that app at all. But how do you create YouTube account? So you basically just need an email, and then you can record straight from YouTube. Can you go into your gaming room right now? Right now, no, because my daughter is in there doing her tutoring right now, so I'm not trying to distract her or anything like that. Like her academics are the most important thing right now. Even though it's the weekend, but her academics is the most important thing. And her mom also wants her to do it, and I'm not gonna challenge her mom on that. Like, no. So, like like the gaming room I have it's just my room. It's our room, and if I need to stream or anything, like she's always like really cool with me doing it. I try not to take too long because at the end of the day, I want to be around her as much as I can. But she really wants me to do this. She really wants me to be out there and just get my opinion out there because she sees firsthand how passionate I am about doing this and just how passionate I am about Chelsea. And ironically, that's her name. So, I mean, I got the best of both worlds, bro. How long have I been on here? About 65 minutes? I don't want you to do TikTok because sometimes it's bad, stuff on TikTok. So I just want you to know what you've been doing. And I don't want me to. I don't know if TikTok would turn me into a bad person, though. I mean, it's all about how you handle. of yourself, right? Like if you're going on there acting a fool, then you're not going to be well liked, and then you'll eventually turn into a bad person mentally. But TikTok, I've never really been into it, so that's probably one I'll never do. But Instagram Live and Facebook Live, yeah, I'll probably be on that at some point, but not right now. I think the 3 channels I have right now are doing just fine, but to get my audience out there even more, I will probably expand probably in the next like month or so. Yeah. TikTok is, I mean, it's a hornet's nest at the end of the day, right? And like so is Twitter. Like if you go on Twitter and you just check out the comments on posts and stuff, like a lot of people are just shameless on there, man. And it's pretty sad that a lot of people hide behind their keyboards, but they can't go on camera and express how they feel. I'm the only person in your dream? What do you mean? That's a interesting comment. Try? I'm a little confused on what you're telling me here. I'm the only person in your dream. I mean, I've never. This is the first time I'm actually seeing you like in my chat, to be honest. Oh, stream. Okay, I, I get you. I mean, like people have come in and out. Like I don't. It doesn't really bother me as long as people, see who's talking. Like the fact that you click on the video, or the fact that people click on the video, it helps my channel anyway. Even if you're watching for like 10 seconds, like it doesn't really matter. But um, yeah. Remember when I said I'm using the record thing? Yeah. No, I know. I understand. I thought you said like you're the only person in my dream. I'm like, I don't know about that, but I know what you mean now. But I'm gonna probably have to get on out of here. I need to go back upstairs and go check on my 2 ladies up there, to make sure everything's okay. And then we got a pretty big last half of the day. So I appreciate you being in here. I appreciate everybody else that has chimed in, came in here, liked the stream, shared the stream, engaged, or whatever. I'm gonna be on tomorrow, probably in the morning, going over everything that we talked about in the game today, and whatever else is on people's minds. I know I went off topic a little bit, but hey, I mean, I'm able to talk about whatever. So I appreciate everybody chiming in. Like, share, comment, get this video out there. Let people know that there is somebody out here that cares about this club as passionate as the people out there in West London. But again, I'm Jason, no filter Chels. I'm thinking about changing my YouTube handle. I don't know yet, but again, I appreciate everybody that has shown love over the past couple months. It means the world to me, and it keeps my confidence going. But yeah, I'm out. Peace out.